Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are in the shed working today. It's kind of a period where I want to hold back on my beans just yet. And so I do need to catch up on some things. I need to get, I don't like the fact that my 122 disc is not ready to go. So I need to get that fixed. We need to get a pull string in this tiller for Ellie. I got to put a little fertilizer by the potatoes, put the scrape blade on the 140, get ready to plant beans and stuff with it. So got quite a few things going on this evening. Well, in this video, so there's no telling how it's going to turn out, but here's what we got for the 122. So we'll make some of it together here. I got some Avipel dust on here. Tell you what, guys, I'm going to crank the generator up, and it's going to be a little loud, but I'm going to crank it up so I can blow some of this off. Okay, let's see what we got here. This is stuff I just, kind of ordered out of my head, thinking of what I might need. All right, these are some punches here. Nice little set. I ain't really sure what that is. Maybe a coaster.
You're supposed to set your stuff on there.
Looks like a coaster to me, boy. Okay, so we got that. And this I got because sometimes I didn't get it for the 122. I got it because Sammy sometimes needs to take up a belt loop in his belt, and that's what this would do here. So I didn't necessarily, like I said, get it for the 122 as much as I got it for a belt loop. Okay, so we'll set that over there. I need to get a razor knife. So I've got an old bearing or gasket here. I'm hoping this red will show up on this black. It does somewhat. The hole needs to be a 9/16. So we'll put it right there like that. Alright, that knocked that out. And this hole's 9/16. Knock that one out. Man, I feel like I could use these little leather things for something. Okay, so now what my thought was is to do a 9/16 here. And one here. And just cut the center out. I think would be plenty okay. Like that. And then the end, not a leather expert, guys, I'm learning too. Leather gasket. That's one. I probably could come in and trim that out just a smidgen more. There we go. So let's make 4 of these. And we may or may not get a chance to put them on the disc tonight. We'll see. Like I said, this will be just a mid-garden catch up on everything. Let's see how that looks against that. I'd say it's perfect copy. Me and Sammy have the gaskets placed. One of them was leaking on my gaskets that I made. This is one that I made. And Sammy said it was coming out in between them because I had stacked 2 to try to get a little more thickness out of them, I think is what my intention was. So this one was leaking bad on the inside. So let's see what it does. So far, so good. Oh. Where you see it coming out at?
My side, on the bottom.
On the bottom? Okay. So that one took. Yay. Oh man, I should not ever put that thing right there. There we go. I love that thing, but it is mean on somebody that has some weak joints. You watch your side, Sammy. I'll watch mine. All right, I see it on mine. 2 for 2. All right, this upper side here is the other side. And I think it was blowing out this one of these. You watch that side, Sammy. Sammy says stop.
Coming out.
See it? All right, one more. Well, we got to grease the other side, and then it's ready to hit the fill again. Seeping. So let's do this. I got one bearing still leaking. It's like halfway leaking. It's taking grease, but it's still halfway leaking. Maybe a thicker piece of leather. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Basically, y'all can see what's happening. You know, you bolt that spool bearing to that piece of angle iron hanging down. One of them is not perfectly flat, obviously. So I'm thinking a little bit thicker piece of leather on some of those that are leaking steel. And just hopefully it'll be enough to compress it. And I just wonder how much I'm hurting myself by using that grease gun, or if that even matters. Does it matter that I'm using that grease gun that's putting a lot of power on it? I say a lot of power. I mean, it's really not putting, I mean, if you pull the trigger on it, it's not shooting it out. I mean, so it's kind of, you know, just, I mean, I know it will put more pressure on it, but it's, I don't know. I was just thinking maybe I should be using the hand pump gun. Maybe I'm blowing the seals out, so to speak. So I need to put the scrape blade on the 140. And I need to probably wash off that planter from Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, you know, that video hasn't quite come out as I'm making this one right now. So hopefully I conveyed that, you know, yes, I probably could have worked with what I had, but I wanted to get the best looking stand I could for Sam at the wedding venue. But hopefully it'll work. Hopefully it'll work out. I mean, it's one of those days. I just ordered 12 more bags of fertilizer a day for that field, and the top half of it, or not the top half, the top 10th of it, 20 rolls maybe a little more, is in sunflowers now, because I did run out of seed I didn't quite make it to the top, but it's still a acre and 3/4 of or more Jimmy Red, so it's still a lot to consider getting in later on this fall, so we got to cross that bridge too. But I need to put a little more fertilizer around the potatoes, and then I'll probably run the rolling cultivators through them just to kind of work that fertilizer in. So I need to do that real quick. And I haven't seen the corn in a couple of days. I may look at it in a little bit. But Sammy's going to do some grinding on the plow thing tomorrow. This thing here, he's going to grind this back side and one of these sides and get it where to slide all the way up and down through here, and then we'll get that bolted on. I was looking to see what type bolt that is. I think this is the size it is right here. So this is a, well, Sammy, no, that's a little bit big. So it's not that size. What size is it? Thought it was. I'm trying to get the size so I can get a couple of bolts to mount it with. Maybe it's this one right here. Looked a little small. Yeah, that would work, but that's a little bit small. So this is a 5/8 course. I probably had a 1 inch, so it's probably going to be a 3/4. I don't know that I got a 3/4 bolt. This one may be 3/4. Well, it looks like 5/8. That's an awful good bolt to be throwing away there, fellas. I think this is 5/8 too. Yeah, this is my cheater board, guys. I don't know my bolt's good enough to. I don't know my bolt's good enough by heart to remember all that. So it's a 3/4. I'm pretty positive that's going to be a 3/4 bolt. So we'll need to get 4 of them, Sammy, because we got to take the off. The cutter, the trash cutter. Sometimes, guys, it just ain't worth putting on the hopper after the hopper's clean. It just ain't worth putting the hopper on to do just a little bit of fertilizer. We'll see if we can cover that up with the rolling cultivators. That's the ryegrass cover crop. Supposed to have a few showers coming up pretty soon, which that's none too soon. I thought I seen, yep, there it is. Oh, it's a ladybug. Of course, she may be eating it too. That ain't a ladybug though.
7 dusted.
I need some liquid 7 dust. I'm trying to do it with liquid 7 dust this year.
With like a sprayer tank?
Yeah. got me thinking about honeybees. I said Andy at Deep South, Andy at Appalachian, True Grit Appalachian Ways.
What's wrong with the bees?
Huh?
What's wrong with the bees?
The bees will get on the dust, carry it back to the hive.
Because they don't take their teeth off the door.
I have a little bit of a corn that somebody gave me called Hopi Indian corn, I believe it's called. It's purple, and I want to plant it. I was looking at the Earthway cedar, but I think that's just going to be way too close. I only have enough for maybe one row. And so I think I'll plant it with the big planter. And I'll probably have to, I may have to get Sammy to walk along and make sure that they're going into the planter, because it's literally just enough for one row. But I may do that. I'm not sure if I'll do that today or wait a little bit. I want it to be, which I don't think the Silver Queen would bother it, but I'd want the Silver Queen. I need to count up the days on the maturity. I don't want the Silver Queen and it coming in at the same time. Even though I think it's further enough away, it'd be okay, but just best not to take that chance, I guess. Let's see. Well, the disc has got grease. It's ready to go. It filled it up before it blew the other gasket out. I think I'll wait till this video comes out, see if y'all got any ideas. Maybe a thicker piece of leather. I don't think that's the thickest piece of leather you can get. So maybe a piece of thick leather would work on that particular one. Maybe we can try that. And I don't know. I'm beginning to think I know why a lot of these things were never greased. It's because once they started giving problems, people was like, as long as it's still rolling, I'm going to keep going. But no, we want to keep it greased. So we'll figure out something to keep it greased. I guess that's about all for this video. Hopefully, we got to plant some watermelons soon. I'm just trying to hold off till about May on I want to plant the tomatoes and beans all at the same time. Squash, cucumbers. And plus, I got to put electric fence up when I plant those beans, so I'm kind of holding off on that too. But we got the fence ready. We got the netting ready. And so hopefully we'll get it. Lino stepped outside. I think we're going to do Monday Night Live from out in the shed tonight, so it'll be done happen by the time y'all see this video. So, but maybe the next week we'll do it out in the shed again. But that's about it for the day. Maybe Sammy will film a little bit grinding that axle tomorrow if he does. You know, maybe if he films a little bit, I'll put it in the next video or something, show a little bit of it. But we'll get that ground and get it going. And anyway, thank y'all. God bless y'all. God loves you. We'll see you.